Hi everyone, welcome to Watches and Wonders and the Grand Seiko. With me tonight I have Cyril.
So welcome first of all, Jonas. I'm Cyril Turban. I'm actually the training and brand education manager for Grand Seiko Europe.
Yeah.
And well, my job is mostly to talk about Grand Seiko timepieces, so I'm definitely thrilled to be here today.
Oh, really nice. Thank you for having us, having this opportunity to look at 3 of the novelties. What would you say, first of all, before we get into the watches, how does Grand Seiko stand out against the other brands here at Watches and Wonders, would you say?
The humble version, or?
Yeah. No, take the bold version.
Yeah, okay, the bold version. No, well, we are one of the only extra-European brands. That's the first, obviously. The fact that we are coming from Japan is something that really, we have our roots, obviously, there, and this is something that you can definitely feel from our timepieces, but as well from the booth here at Watches and Wonder, and ever since the last years as well. So that's definitely a start. And then afterwards, you've got some more practical answer, and one of them is definitely spring drive, which is our unique technology, as you know. And this is well, the highlight of this year. As you know, we released the Caliber 9B2. And so this is a very important message for us. Never compromise, I would say. Never compromise with reliability, with precision. And this new Caliber is one other example, if needed, that there's an endless quest for accuracy at Grand Seiko.
Oh, that's really nice. And I would also say the level of craftsmanship also stands out a bit if you compare to a lot of the other ones.
There's something very important indeed in Japan, the transmission of knowledge from one generation to the other, always bringing something more than what you have been learning yourself. That's still very important. That's one of the reasons that aim to create also the Micro Artist Studio at the beginning of the 2000s, which is our one of our elite studios working only on spring drive calibers. But always this transmission of knowledge is very important. And still today we still carry a lot of manufacturing processes by hand, by eye, anyway by the human touch. Let's say the indexes, which are still cut by hand, still checked by eye. The second ends as well, the blued second ends are still tempered blue, the old-fashioned way.
That's really nice.
It's kind of impressive, and this is true that when you are visiting the manufacturer and point that out, well, it's kind of surprising for these craftsmen and women, because well, that's how they've been doing for years, and if it works this way, the traditional way, why change,
For them it's natural.
It's natural, indeed,
Shall we dig into the first one?
Yeah, sure, indeed. Well, the first one, which is right here, is joining Evolution and Collection. It's actually the highlight of the fair, and it showcases our latest caliber, Spring Drive Caliber 9B2, and its name is actually Spring Drive UFA. Back in 1969, actually, we released the high beat caliber, so high frequency, VFA, that was precise up to 1 minute per month, which back then was...
And VFA was very fine,
very fine adjusted.
And very fine
indeed,
adjusted.
There's a wink, still there's a twist, because this UFA sign here means ultra fine accuracy. This is something that you will find on the die, but also written on the oscillating weight of the caliber.
Really nice.
So yeah, with this new caliber, we aim to push the quest for accuracy even further, that we allowed us to reach with the 9 or 8 calibers, 10 seconds per month. This timepiece doesn't come with an accuracy expressed in hours, in days, in months, but in actual annual accuracy. And that's really the point. This timepiece is actually accurate to 20 seconds per year, which is approximately 3 seconds per month. And well, this is the first time for spring drive, obviously, and this is probably the most accurate mainspring driven caliber in the world so far.
Really nice. And can you just shortly explain the spring drive principle? How does that work?
Yeah, sure. So it's been the process over a few decades of development. Spring drive is actually a mechanical timepiece at first. So you've got an oscillating weight or not. It can be wound manually. A mainspring in a barrel, gear train, just like any mechanical timepiece. Yet we've taken out the escapement, we've taken out the balance spring as well, and we replaced them with what we call the trisynchro regulation, which is an electromagnetical brake, which is actually controlled by the frequency of a quartz crystal.
And you grow the crystals as well. I think
Yes,
that's
indeed.
really charming.
Yes, indeed. We do grow our crystals, and well, crystals do have some kind of troubles, with slight differences in temperatures, and this is something that we compensate with temperature compensation feature within this new caliber as well. It was the case with 9 or 8 calibers before, and well, we increased our way to manufacture, to age as well. We age our quartz crystal in-house so as to reach this new level of accuracy. And also because all the stress that is put with the extreme conditions of the making of a quartz crystal artificially, because the conditions are actually the same that you would find in the nature over thousands of years, well, all this stress is released over time, and we need to find a way to tame the fact that the accuracy, the stability will move over time. And so we've added a regulation switch onto this caliber to ensure that on the long run we will be in position to fine-tune the accuracy.
Oh, nice. It's a really beautiful die. Where's the inspiration of the die from?
Yeah, so at Grand Seiko we take many inspiration into our environment, surrounding nature. That one is no exception to this. Where this timepiece comes from is called the Shinshu Watch Studio. It's in the Nagano Prefecture, Japan. And northeast of the the Shinshu Watch Studio stands the Kirikamine Islands. And the pine trees there during the harsh winters actually are covered by frost. And this is something that we really wanted to express on the dial. But express, not represent. There's something very important in our mindset when designing a watch is mitate. Mitate means evoking more than representing. It's more an idea.
Really nice. And size-wise, what's the diameter of this one?
Yeah, it's a really good question. It's actually 37 millimeters, and that's the smallest automatic spring drive we have ever released at Grand Seiko. So it's definitely something that has been awaited. It has been anticipated by a lot of GS amateurs so far, and it will definitely be appreciated to bring more comfort and maybe something more wearable than our standards, which are obviously the Snowflake or the Shunbun, which are very beautiful timepieces around 40 millimeters. So it's indeed the first, even though the caliber shares the same size as the 965, 30 millimeters wide, well, this one is actually purely anti-magnetic itself, so we don't need extra shield outside, which allows us to build smaller watches as well.
Really, really nice. Are there any other novelties on the construction of this one?
Yes, indeed. Another thing which has been awaited for quite a long time now, the micro adjustment clasp, which is a first on a Grand Seiko Evolution 9 timepiece. We did have some micro adjustment on some diverse timepiece or very sporty timepiece, but it's the very first time that we add that to, let's say, a more polyvalent timepiece. And this is a very convenient way. It obviously doesn't need any tool, and it goes by increments of 2 millimeters, which will surely allow to improve the comfort at wrist.
Really, really, really nice. And when you present the watches here at Watches and Wonders, how long before they are in the watch stores?
Well, quite close actually for this one and its sisters, who is coming as a boutique edition. This one is actually coming in June in store, so it's going to be very, very quick.
Nice. Really, really, really nice. And I think that it's very well balanced. The smaller size, the thickness, everything looks beautiful on this one. And once again, what was UFA short for?
Ultra fine accuracy.
Yeah. That's a really nice one.
Yeah, indeed.
That's a really nice one. Okay, and the next one you brought to me.
Yeah, the next one we brought is actually this timepiece here, which is, let's say, a tribute to the 44GS of 1967. So it's not a case design that we introduce anymore now. It's made of stainless steel. It's a mechanical timepiece powered by manual winding caliber, 3 days of power reserve steel. Well, just like the spring drive we just discussed about. But this one comes with a Mount Iwate dial, so it's made up in the north of the country, Iwate Prefecture. And so you've got this beautiful mountain, which is very important to the people in the region. And so the dial pattern is actually the ridges of the mountain, just like you would be standing on top of it, But the color itself is beautiful and is very linked to Japanese society. It's actually the purple color of the tree, which is known as Paolonia in the world, but Kiri in Japanese. The Empress tree or the Princess tree. And so it's a beautiful purple color, and this emblem has been a symbol of honor given by the emperor ever since the 14th century. It's still today the seal of the Prime Minister of Japan, and as per us, it's actually Kiri is the prefectural flower of Iwate Prefecture. So it's a lot of meanings for us, and it gives this marvelous purple color to this dial.
It's really, really nice, and we discussed it in our team that Grand Seiko watches, they have to be experienced. I mean, there's so many features, there's so many design features, there's so many different aspects of it that you really have to experience. So if you just look at the pictures, they look nice, but when you hold them in your hand, when you try them on, and when you get to speak to someone like Cyril, you really get a deeper experience of the watch. Really, really nice. And is it the same when this one will be released?
Oh, this one is going to be released very quickly because it's coming in stores in May, and Grand Seiko boutiques, but also obviously our retail partners worldwide.
Really nice. And what was the diameter on this one?
36.5 millimeters, so a bit smaller than the 37 Evolution 9, but the case design changes everything as well. Yet this is definitely sizes that we are, designing around lately, and it's a beautiful addition, and we're coming back to smaller timepieces as well. So
really, really nice, and also very clean and nice design, but the details make the watch interesting.
Indeed, just like you said, you have to see the watch in the flesh anyway, to feel the dedication that has been put by the dial makers, by the index makers, by the case makers, case polishers. It's amazing, and we're not even talking about the movement itself.
No, really, really, really nice. So, and then we have one more. I think we talked about the chronograph.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed.
Well, 2 years ago, we released our very first mechanical. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
2 years ago, we released our very first mechanical chronograph called the Tentograph. That's the name of the caliber. Later given to the spreading to the name of the timepiece, but it's truly the name of the caliber. And Tentograph, which are actually Grand Seiko's very first mechanical chronograph. It's a high beating chronograph, and 36,000 BPH, and 72 hours per reserve, which is kind of long power reserve for high beating chronograph. And it was released as the highlight of Watches and Wonder 2023. Beautiful multi-watt dial, Evolution 9 collection, and back then it featured a dark blue Iwate dial. Ever since, globally at least, we didn't see any new introduction on this base, I would say. And so this is going to be the very first variation in terms of colors to the very first Tentograph. This one is actually inspired by snow blue multi-watt. Let's say the beautiful shade of the snow on top of which the skies are going to reflect, and the subdials, which are alternating between dark or black or dark gray, let's say, are meant to be reminiscent of the rocks itself, or the multi-watt, and it gives a beautiful contrast between the two of them. As you can see, this is also a more sportier timepiece, and for that kind of reason, we add some Lumi Bright, which is our very own luminescent paint, on the hands, on the index. It's something that you don't find back on polyvalent watches, where we only rely on perfect polishing, black polishing, of the hands and markers to increase the legibility.
Really, really nice. And what was the diameter of this one?
Oh, with this one we are a little above 43.2 millimeters for Tentograph. It's high intensity titanium, which is one of our own alloys, and so it makes it lighter. It's actually 30% lighter than stainless steel, and it comes with a beautiful bezel, which is made of zirconium ceramics with a tachymeter scale.
That's nice. And when we talk about the alloys, this is your own alloy. Is it the same with the stainless steel alloy as well? Yeah,
we are actually using regular stainless steel in a lot of our creations, but lately it's true that we have been introducing a lot of new additions in Ever Brilliant Steel, which is our very own alloy of stainless steel as well, which is more corrosion resistant. Also, it shines brighter than regular stainless steel. And the real interest in having this more corrosion resistance is to increase the durability of the timepiece and to ensure that one will be in position to pass his watch to the next generation. That's very important as per the philosophy of Grand Seiko, and so having this new alloy is very important, and also to be in position to get the best of the Zaratsu polishing, which is still at the heart of Grand Seiko today.
What has been the response of the Novelties so far on Watches and Wonders?
Well, again, I may not be very objective, but so far the reaction has been quite positive. As I said, well, the Spring Drive UFA gathers many elements that has been anticipated from a long time by so many Grand Seiko enthusiasts, and even among our partners, there are so many Grand Seiko enthusiasts. So it's something that is always charming. It's the 4th year that we're here at Watches and Wonder. That's the 4th year that we come with a new caliber. As a watchmaker myself, I could not be thrilled more than that. You know, it's a great thing just to be able to showcase the work of our craftsmen and women, the work of our caliber designers as well. And so great feedback on this timepiece, but also on the rest of the collection. We do have obviously some boutique editions as well, which have been quite nicely received as well. And also because we have some showcasing, we are showcasing some of the latest novelties, which are not Watches and Wonders novelties. We have some really nice feedbacks on those as well, which for some people are the first time that they discover them as well. So only positive so far.
In Sweden, our experience is that the fans are very true to their brand. They really into them. They know often more than us when they come. They read a lot. And how is Grand Seiko received by the wider audience? Is it still a hardcore fans, or is it reaching out outside the watch collecting community?
Yeah, indeed. Well, I was a watchmaker for the boutique in Paris when we opened, and indeed, just like you said, it was very confidential at first, mainly you know, very technical watchmaking enthusiast, and quickly enough it spread to people who had a friend in such waves, you know, and quickly enough again it reached some new customers and amateurs of watchmaking whatsoever who were just looking for nice timepiece, maybe something more humble as well, but at least something that once you pick it, you experience something and you can discuss it as well with other watchmaking enthusiasts. And this is something definitely that we see more and more in all Europe, but also in the whole world, and as well coming prepared, I would say, and so, you know, gathering information by themselves is something that we see a lot. As I said, we've got 2 main manufacturing sites, Grand Seiko Studio Shizukushi and the Shinshu Watch Studio, and while it's very scarce that a Grand Seiko client purchaser does not know where his timepiece comes from, and that's something, well, maybe not unique, but it's heartwarming to know that they care so much about the timepiece they are purchasing, and care so much about the work that has been made to create this timepiece.
I think it's so nice. I love Grand Seiko, and I think it has so much to offer to ordinary watch buyers, not just I mean watch nerds really, because they're so well built, they're so wearable, they have so many design elements, there's depth to the development and the construction. So I really hope that more people come in and experience the Grand Seiko and try them on and pass the love for Grand Seiko further on. Really nice. I think I picked this one, UFA, 37 millimeters. That would be a lovely sports dressy watch for me.
So many in just one timepiece.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Definitely. Really nice. Thank you, Cyril. Thank you for having us.
Tack så mycket.
Tack själv. Merci. Thank you very much. Tack så mycket. Vi ses. Ha det bra.